Hey, how's it going guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we're checking out the top 5 Amazon keyboard and mouse combos under $30.
We've done roundups of keyboards, mice, and a lot of other peripherals, but we have not done keyboard and mice combos before with mouse pads. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by GVGMall, an online marketplace to gain access to some really awesome discounted game keys and more specifically, Windows 10 licenses.
Make sure you use code TB20 at checkout to get 20% off your purchase. And it's really easy to activate Windows. All you have to do is take that product key they send you, literally copy and paste it, click activate, and boom, you have Windows 10 Pro activated, ready to go.
Link in the description down below will link you to Windows 10, use TB20, save some money, activate Windows. Don't let friends use unactivated Windows. It's not good. Don't let it happen. Goodbye.
So we've done pretty much every price range of keyboard now, going from $10 all the way up to like $70. And of course you get a lot of mechanical keyboards thrown in there, but usually at cheaper price ranges, you don't see mechanical keyboards. But that's the fun part about this roundup is I believe 3 of the 5 keyboards are actually mechanical for under $30, which is pretty crazy.
So what we're gonna go ahead and do is unbox each of these combos, take a look at the mouse, take a look at the keyboard and whatever else comes inside, and then give our honest review of each product and then rate this 1 through 5 so you guys at home can purchase the best combo for your gaming setup. So let's not waste any more time and dive right into it.
So the first keyboard and mouse combo we have is this Habit keyboard and mouse combo. It doesn't say a ton of things in the box that really tell me which one this is, but we got a serial number. This is the HVKB393L, and I believe it's a full-size keyboard, but other than that, I really couldn't tell you much about it. Let's just open it up and see, because that's the fun part about these. So we forget what we order because we order stuff pretty in advance. It's not like we're doing this video same day or anything. Okay, all right.
What we got?
What we got? So I guess, how about we do the keyboard first for all of these to keep it uniform for McAllister, who's back there watching right now. But this is definitely mechanical. I hear some nice click clacks there. We actually have blue switches, which I can already see. Ooh, look at that. And yeah, they're clicky. They actually aren't like obnoxious blues either. Like they actually have like a respectable amount of click. We have a braided USB cable. We have, pretty decent size feet. But this is a full-size keyboard. We have the full number pad, and it's a really good build quality. I actually like these little stainless steel screws up top to actually get the plate off and everything. I think this one's gonna have some pretty nice RGB too. Habit's a really good brand. We've actually been using them for quite some time for our really cheap streaming setups. Let's go ahead and get out the mouse, whichever way it comes out. All right, we got the mouse out. So yeah, this definitely is an RGB mouse. It actually looks like it has a light switch on it. We have a DPI button. We have a textured scroll wheel, and we have 2 macros in the sides. So this is a pretty nice mouse. I mean, it's fairly big too. It would definitely fit pretty much anyone's hand. So let's get them plugged in, see what they look like. So we got the actual keyboard and mouse plugged in. I don't see the keyboard changing lights, but that mouse is really going through the RGB cycle. Let's see if we can actually get this one to change. We might do the old function trick. All right, so we got some pulsating LEDs. Oh. It's kind of, it looks like they're fixated LEDs, like they're all in a specific spot, but they can pulsate and flash, but you can see it basically kind of tries to mimic like a rainbow, but really, I don't think that they're actually moving. But yeah, so I mean, the lighting though is really good. It's bright, so that's definitely a nice added bonus. You're just not getting the super fancy, pulsating and moving around LEDs that you'd like to see on like a, nice Razer keyboard. But overall though, I'd say the build quality is really nice. I'm glad that we have mechanical keys. I would take a mechanical fixated RGB keyboard any day over a membrane one.
Okay, so yeah, there's that. That's the first one. Can't really put this on a scale of 1 to 5 just yet, but once we're done with the next one, we'll start rating these and give our impressions of our favorite combo on Amazon. So yeah, let's go to the next one. The next combo we have right here is the Mage G K1, which I could be wrong. It is a keyboard and mouse combo that is all white actually, which is kind of unique. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox it real quick and look at that. Well, that mouse looks very, very interesting. So yeah, we start the keyboard first. The packaging is very similar to the last one. It's what we expect for a $30 combo, but yeah, this one I don't believe it has a clear base. What the hell is this? This one, it's membrane, but it's like very smooth membrane. Like, I kind of like it, but we'll take a first look at that. Yeah, clear plate right here. That's what they call it, the clear plate. It is RGB, so that's really cool. We have white keycaps, as I mentioned. We have a non-braided cable that is also white. And again, membrane switches. I'll go ahead and pop up this escape key right here if it will come off. And look at that. That's membrane. Nasty, nasty membrane. But for the most part, I mean, you're expecting membrane keyboards at this price range. We have a few exceptions with the mechanical ones, but they are always going to be blue switches, so keep that in mind. On the back, we have no flip-out feet whatsoever, just some anti-slide pads so it doesn't slide around your desk. Build quality is cheap, it's okay, nothing too crazy. And I'm very interested to see how the RGB looks, because with white keycaps, normally the RGB is a little bit brighter, and the fact that there's this like plastic backplate, it might look kind of cool. So we'll get to that here in a minute, but let's go ahead and look at the mouse, which is, well, very fascinating. I like the cable on this thing though. It's like spotted, striped, white, it looks great. I like this like explosion, like cracking look to it. It's kind of cool. Very glossy, so it will pick up a lot of fingerprints, but you know, whatever. Has some grips on the side with 2 buttons, which is really cool. You can program these to like, if you want to do like melee or something. Also a DPI button. Scroll wheel that looks like it will be RGB also. Not totally sure, but feels pretty good, not too heavy. Really, I just want to see how the RGB looks on these things. I mean, for the most part, a lot of these are gonna be built the same. It's just a matter of if the keyboard is like mechanical or membrane. So yeah, we'll just plug it up, see how the RGB looks, and then do a quick little typing test on the keyboard. All right, first up with the mouse RGB. It really isn't RGB, it just keeps changing colors. It's not very bright either. You can kind of see the colors here, but it doesn't really shine through as well. I mean, it's fine. It's lighting, so you can actually see your mouse in the dark if that's something you're into, you little Fortnite dungeon gamers out there. This keyboard right here also looks to be a fixed like gradient RGB, which really isn't RGB at all. I don't see any obvious ways to change the color.
Maybe this one or this one.
That looks like it makes sense. So let's try function this. Brightness.
Very nice.
It does not seem to do anything. So yeah, you're pretty much stuck with this gradient lighting mode, which isn't the greatest in the world, but at least it has backlighting. For the most part, I would much rather companies just stick with a solid color instead of this. It just looks better in my opinion, but you know, to each is their own. But yeah, let's do a quick typing test on these good old membrane keys and show you guys why membrane isn't the greatest thing in the world. I don't hate it, I don't love it, but it works. If you like the color and you're okay with membrane, this could be a decent option for you. But the Habit one is definitely a better value right now because of the mechanical keyboard. Yeah, let's go on to the next one, shall we? What we got here, Jackie boy?
So here we have the Onokuma gaming keyboard, and I will say this one has the nicest packaging we have seen so far, and they even have their own little logo, which looks really cool. It looks like some type of tribal drawing, but yeah, I don't really know if this is one of the mechanical ones or not. It just says gaming keyboard mouse. It's focused on gaming, precise, keyboard, durable, mouse.
This is the one with the mouse pad.
Ooh, it actually looks like it's kind of big. Well, oh my goodness.
It is large.
I'm not gonna open it up. It actually is a nice mouse mat though. Like it's actually thick, unlike there's one that we checked out that was like a piece of cloth. 30-day money back guarantee, 18-month warranty.
Oh, I heard a click. I heard a click.
You heard a click, you heard correctly, sir. Ooh, okay, this is by far the nicest looking one. We have, it's like a, okay, so it's a full size, but it's missing the number row up top, but we still have a number pad. I'm not sure what that is. I've not seen this before where, because normally you go full number row up top, then you get 10 keyless, then you get rid of the number row, but this is like they did the opposite. They got rid of the number row, but kept the number pad. I kind of like this though. It's a really small number pad. We still have the arrows. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense to not have 2 number pads anyways, but we do have some blue switches. Let's go ahead and pop one of these off. Yeah, look at that. Just a nice blue switch, just like the other one that we saw. So this is one of like the brands that we haven't really heard of, you know, quite the same. This one does have flip out feet, braided cable. So this one's looking as good as the first one we checked out. Let's see what the mouse looks like. I'm liking the mouse, I'm liking the mouse.
Okay, okay.
Has their little logo on it. We have, once again, I'm assuming 2 DPI switches, or maybe it's like an LED one and a DPI one. Pretty nice scroll wheel, it's ribbed. We also have 2 macros here. Just like all the other ones have had so far. I think we're gonna see that on every single mouse, and it looks like it's gonna have some good RGB, so let's plug it in.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me? All right, well, let's see what happens. I'm gonna turn the computer around this time so you guys can't see our bank information as we type it in.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Ruh-roh.
Is it changing?
It is changing.
It's smooth too. This is the first smooth changing one I've seen.
I can
now.
barely see the lights on this one.
It is very dim, and I don't see it changing so far. You know, I don't want to give up on it that easily, though. I have faith in this one. Why do they always have a key that just does something once and then it never... That's doing something.
I hope it's getting brighter.
Oh, is it?
I think it is. How can they have smooth RGB on the mouse but not the keyboard?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know, there's a chance, guys, that we're not going to spend a lot of time like trying to figure out these cheap keyboards RGB, but there's a chance this one does have a way to change it. But as far as brightness goes, we got it turned up now, and it looks a lot better. I actually really like this one. In terms of like looking good, I think this one looks the best. I like its size and everything. Let's do a quick typing test on it.
Look at that. I think this one is pretty much in the lead at the moment. I don't really know why it wouldn't be. It has pretty much the same RGB as the Habit, but it's 10 keyless. Well, I feel like it's like a 75%, something like that.
Yeah, look at the spacebar. It has like...
Spacebar have mean wobble.
Well, no, it's like, I don't know what you call that. It's like beveled.
Oh, well.
See, beveled.
Minus 1 point.
Minus 1 point.
All right, on to the next one. All right, we have another keyboard from Magi, or Meiji, whatever you want to call it.
I think it's
Magagi, Magagi, whatever you want to call it. This is the MK1, which I believe the M might stand for mechanical. That would make sense, right? Because the other one wasn't mechanical, and Jackson informed me that this should be mechanical. So we're gonna open it up, and it's probably gonna look exactly the same on the inside. Oh my goodness, we got a mouse pad.
Sheesh.
What's this one say? Top player. McAllister, you're a top player. I think you should use that.
I'm gonna film him
You're
again.
a top player. But there you go, top player mouse pad. Let's go ahead and unbox the actual keyboard. I heard some clickies, oh boy.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we have what looks like this is a true 10 keyless keyboard now. We'll move this off to the side for right now. True 10 keyless, once again, we have blue switches. Another blue switch. I believe all these are probably like Otamu or Tamu, whatever you want to say.
Camu.
Otamu. Blue switches, very cheap, just standard blue switches that a lot of these keyboards use. Should have RGB on board, I believe. Again, it's probably not gonna be true RGB, but I've been proven wrong before. Really good build quality, actually. This actual frame is really well built. It doesn't have much flex to it. We actually have 2 flip out feet and these no slip pads. The cable is non-braided, which isn't the best in the world, but it does have cable routing. So whether you have your PC on your left or right side, you can route the cable nice and cleanly. So that's pretty good on first impressions. Yeah, lettering looks fine. Keyboard looks overall pretty good. So we'll come back to that here in a moment after we take a look at the mouse, which has a nice black and red braided cable, which is very awkwardly like stuck right here. So, oops, I just tore that. RIP. But here is the mouse. Oh my goodness, what the hell? We got some chrome on here, my dude. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is pretty cool looking. It's not super heavy. It is heavier than some of the other mice that we've
What's your
looked at
definition
right now.
of cool?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what cool is. I mean, if you think this is cool, sure, dude. This is just like, it's plastic. It ain't real chrome. If it was real chrome, that'd be pretty crazy. But we got a decent scroll wheel that is ribbed. We have the up and down DPI switches or RGB changing, and then 2 more programmable buttons on the side. Pretty standard for a gaming mouse nowadays, and that braided cable. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Plug this up and see what the Roy G Biv looks like. What do we have? Gradient. Yay. Let's see if I can change it by any chance. I'm looking at this upside down, so Jackson, if you have any
I'm thinking
pointers.
like these 3 look like they
So
do
this-
something. Changes the speed.
It makes it like, it's still gradient, but it has some animation to it, so that's kind of cool. That's basically just speed of the animation.
I love anime.
Yeah, anime. So this is brightness. I think that's pretty much it. It's basically the same thing, but yeah, you're stuck with that lighting. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but again, it has backlighting, and the fact you're getting a keyboard and mouse and a very awesome mouse pad for $30 or less, really can't complain too much. The mouse is, well, something. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It has like RGB lighting. It's just mainly color cycling right now, and it feels decent. It reminds me of some of the cheaper like Habit mice that they used to have back in the day that were, well, kind of bulky and had these like chrome accents to them. They're not bad, but they're definitely cheap. So for the most part, this would get you up and running, and it is better than using a Dell keyboard and Dell mouse, because or any other company for that matter, an office keyboard, office mouse. I just think of Dell because every single time we unbox a computer from them, it's always the same office keyboard and mouse. But yeah, that's kind of the point of this video. This is a good upgrade from something like that. So yeah, let's just do a typing test and then go back to the last one. Yeah. Okay, so I really like this keyboard. It is really well built. Again, we're not a huge fan of blue switches, but it is better than membrane for the most part. I think this is the best built keyboard. It's not nearly as cheap feeling as some of the other ones we've taken a look at. So I think this one's pretty close with the whatever other one we were looking at that Jackson was just taking a look at. Do you remember the name of that brand? The Okinawa, whatever. Yeah. Okinawa. Oh yeah, that one. It's on par with that one, so I'd probably put this like 1 and 2 with that one. But yeah, we'll give you final ratings at the end. But we have one more to take a look at from a company we, well, have used a lot in our videos recently, and that's Red Dragon. Red Dragon, Raggy. All
right, guys, so the last keyboard and mouse that we have is the basic Red Dragon keyboard and mouse combo. And this one specifically is the S101-3. I pretty much know for a fact this is going to be membrane. You can kind of just tell by looking. But one of the reasons we wanted to throw this in there is because this is one of the #1 sellers on Amazon. Like Red Dragon, they just have a ton of reviews on all their keyboard and mice combos and just keyboards for that matter. They do have some really good mechanical ones, but obviously since they're a bigger seller, they got to make money. So I think these come in between like $26 and $30 usually. All right, we got it. We're in, boys. All right, let's get this thing open. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not quite as excited to look at this one just because I'm like, eh. I'm like, it just doesn't look nearly as good as these other ones that we've looked at.
The mouse just fell out.
It got left behind. Oh God.
Here it comes.
All right. Well, before we check out the mouse, which I think will probably be the nicest part about this. We have the oh God.
Wow, you smacked the camera.
We have the Red Dragon keyboard. It does come with some feet to raise it. The cables on these, I don't know why they do this. It reminds me of a vacuum cleaner cable, like back in the day where it's like that like lined cable. But we do have decent keycaps. They've always had really nice, like kind of almost like textured, like matte keycaps where they really have a good grip to them. But you hear that? That's mechanical, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even gonna try to pop off a switch because they're like really recessed. I think these usually have decent RGB though. I think that's one thing that kind of saves these. For the mouse, pretty nice looking mouse, and it's just really, you gotta feel this. I've never felt a mouse that feels like sandpaper.
Oh, grippy.
I mean, yeah, I kind of like it. Like it's very textured. You can definitely tell this one's gonna maybe have RGB, but it almost might just be red. I don't know, like it might just be a Red Dragon. Right. It actually has a spot for weights in the bottom. Really weird to see nowadays, but let's just plug them in, because who knows, maybe the RGB will really be epic on this, because none of these keyboards or mice really had good RGB, so hopefully this will be, it's kind of chunky, but it moves.
It moves.
Okay, that sped it up a little bit.
I think we're getting what we're getting here.
Yes, okay, so we got speed, so that's like really chunky. I like this one the most. I mean, I am looking at one group here and they are changing. So we actually do have different colors in there. There could be more modes, but once again, we're not gonna try to go through and find all of them. But yeah, this is the first one that has actually like had a wave effect that actually does different colors. So you're not just looking at the same exact color over and over again.
We're gonna talk about this thing?
No, not really.
Oh.
It looks like it like really shows you like where your DPI's at. See, that's like really fast and that's like slow. Yeah, I don't think you can change the color on it unless there's like a software, but yeah, all red. That's what I was kind of thinking because I noticed there was like some red plastic, so I was like, well, maybe the red will shine through. So yeah, not really anything to write home about. Let's just hear what this thing sounds like. We already know it's gonna sound like nothing basically.
Okay, so yeah, that's the last one. Not very exciting, not mechanical, and kind of lackluster. Red Dragon, again, has a lot of different offerings on Amazon that are better, but for this roundup for under $30, I mean, this is what they have to contend. So now that we've taken a look at all the combos, what we're gonna do is bring them back to the table here and give a rating 1 through 5 so you all at home can purchase one of these combos for your setup.
So guys, we have actually gone through and ranked these all the way from the best to the worst, and we're gonna explain why.
This one right here, the name that McAllister can yell over there real quick.
Onikuma.
Onikuma. This is the #1. It has the, well, the best keyboard and mouse combo. I mean, this one that is second is actually a pretty good offering as well, but then Jackson will talk about this one here in a minute. But really like this combo because, well, it's a 10 keyless keyboard, well, 75% keyboard with the numpad, good mouse pad, and really it's the best overall package. And in second, we have the Have It keyboard and mouse combo. Have It is always in like the top 2 or 3 of all our roundups because they make some really good stuff for people who are on a budget, and this is no exception. The mouse is pretty good, and really it could be a decision between these two for most people. If you want a full-size keyboard, you might want to lean this way because it is a full-size versus a 70% board, but yeah, Have It did a really good job here.
Now this one here probably could have been first place, but if we're being honest, it's really the mouse that's not doing it for us. There's just way too much going on. Personally, I wouldn't really enjoy using this mouse because it reminds me of like back in the day, like the Mad Catz ones where they look like robots. But one thing that really does save is the fact that it's mechanical. The keyboard part is really nice. The keyboard's very well built, and also it comes with a mouse mat. So really these two coming with mouse pads definitely put them like towards the top, even if they weren't mechanical, which also brings us to this one, which is definitely not mechanical. And honestly, this one's kind of nice because it's squared, which I think we can both agree that we're not huge fans anymore of like the ones that look like this. Back in the day, this was really cool. You know, like you didn't really want a rectangular keyboard, but nowadays this just almost looks tacky. And they come with the ones that have like molten lava and stuff too, just too much going on. But the white on this one saves it. It looks really cool. It definitely has like that clear plate and everything, which is very unique to it, and also, you know, it's a cool design.
Very gamer.
It's like the Naga Molten Edition.
Yeah.
You know, that was popular back in the day.
Classic.
But that brings us to this one.
Good old Red Dragon. Sad, sad. Red Dragon makes some good stuff, but this isn't their best offering. I mean, it is for $30 if you really don't want to, well, go this route with some mechanical keyboard and stuff. But yeah, not too shabby. I think we did a pretty good job with this roundup. If you want to pick up any of these combos, do pick them up as quick as possible because they probably will go out of stock really quickly. I have a feeling some of the more name brands will be there and you can buy them at any time, but some of these like no-name brands may go out of stock, so buy them as quick as you can if you're very interested.
So we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Hey, fun fact, we're actually streaming this live on Amazon right now because these were all from Amazon, so it does help us out quite a bit if you purchase using any of our links.
I will leave a link to the broadcast that we actually did live over there if you want to watch it back. It's pretty much the same thing, but just full behind the scenes uncut coverage of this entire video. You can also follow there over on Amazon Live, so do that, support us. See you guys later. Goodbye.